You know?
I think there's one more thing, just the last sort of major revelation for me was with the underwater thing. By the way, that was really interesting about the VHS recorder. And that was clear spots. Everybody is so preoccupied with fishing a clear spot. And the first thing that I saw when I got down there in the underwater world was the carp was never near a clear spot because there's no food there. Obviously, they're in the weed, feeding confidently in the weed. And that's one thing I've always said, when you get a guy fish a lake, you'll see him come down. He's never fished there before, he doesn't really know what he's doing, chucks it out, he's in the weed, and next thing it rips off.
He's caught the biggest fish in the lake.
And he's caught the biggest fish in the lake. And obviously he's caught that fish by surprise, hasn't he? Because he's cast the wrong place, or the right place.
Yeah, I made you right there, because I was in France recently. We were doing some fishing and filming at the same time. And it was dead clear of the water. And there was vast weed beds. It was up to the surface nearly. The weed. It was very difficult fishing. 12-foot thick Canadian, real thick, and another type of weed that I've never seen it before. It was really matted, and the fish.
Not even seen it in Manchester.
Anyway, thanks for that, John. And, now it was up to the surface, but there was some reasonably obvious spots that were about the size of a dustbin lid.
Yeah.
And if you put it in that, you couldn't get a bite. And you'd think that would be, you'd never do a cast in a million years doing that. No. From the bank. Couldn't get a bite doing that. You had to find something that's like a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't see the bottom, but you got the drop.
Yeah.
So if it donked on the bottom, you knew it was passable, right? But the fish, they never even came out in the clear. They spent all their life virtually, apart from at night when they were crashing. Yeah. All their life, totally safe, feeding.
That weed.
It's like a maze with all rabbit holes, tunnels going through it. And you get a take, and your line was going into one of these holes and right under giant weed beds where they'd run through all these like subterranean little runways that they were going through. You know? But that's what they're doing in these places. Same thing, it's not unique.
No, that's right.
I think they all behave like because they feel totally safe. Yeah. And they were all eating mussels that were on the bottom and snails, because they were crapping out all these snail shells and they were under the weed. Yeah. And that's what they were feeding on, you know. No,
that's interesting. So that was the thing that I learnt straight away. Long hook links, light leads, little bag, straight in the weed. Caught so many fish. Because why would a fish want to revisit a spot that's been exhausted of the food source? Yeah, unless a bit of gravel somewhere. Why would it want to go back to that bit of gravel unless it's coming back?
Sometimes they go just because there's anglers' food there.
Well, that's it. Spot, isn't it? And that's the only reason. So they're going back with caution, aren't they? So yeah, it's quite interesting that then, mate.
Right. Nice one.